Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building a real-time application called as Image Resizer and Converter. We will be using a library of Node.js which is Sharp for doing this process, and let me just show you a short demo of which we will be building here. So there is a choose file button here. You can select either PNG, JPG image. Let me select this PNG image, and here I can choose the format. I can either convert to JPG format or WebP format, which is a popular format among YouTube videos. Let me convert to JPG, and you can even provide custom width and height in order to resize images also. If you don't provide it, it will take the default dimensions of the image, and if I click download image, it will convert this to JPG image. If I open this image, you will see it is successfully converted to a JPG image. You will see that. Now let me just show you, if you do provide custom dimensions, let me upload this. You will see this is my PNG file. If I, let's suppose, select JPG and I provide here dimensions width to 22 and height to 22, and now you will see it will convert this image and also it will resize the image at the same time. So if I open this image, you will see the width will become 22 and the height will become 22. So very small image, you can see that. If I zoom in, you will see this is the image. So you can even make this as 2200, 2200. So depending upon, it will have exactly these dimensions. You will see if I open this, you will see it has become too large image. So in this video, we will be building this application from scratch in Node.js and Express. As I already told you, we are using some libraries. So first library we are using is the Sharp library. If you go to npm.js and search for this library, this is a high performance Node.js image processing library, and it also says that it is the fastest module to resize PNG and JPG images. So you will see it has got almost 845,000 weekly downloads. So it's a popular library, image processing library. So you can even rotate images, resize images, convert images from one format to another. So simple, this is a command npm i sharp. All the source code regarding this video will be there inside the video description. You can go to my blog here. Let me just show you the blog. So if you go to it, you will see a step-by-step instruction is written. All the source code will be there inside the video description. Go to this blog, and here I have explained step-by-step with the. We will also be deploying this application to the Heroku hosting platform. So you will also see a link for that live demo as well. So inside my blog. So step-by-step instruction is given. So simply you need to copy this code, and also you can, at the bottom I have written given the link to the GitHub repository, so you can just download source code by visiting this link. So let's get started, guys, by building this application from scratch. So let me just close this previous application and start from scratch. So let me also close this Visual Studio Code directory, and now I will go to my desktop directory. So this is desktop. Inside the projects directory, I will make a new directory. So open command line here, make directory, let's suppose image project. I will cd into this image project, and first of all I will initialize npm init -y. So basically this will create the empty package.json file for us. So as you can see, it has created it. Now we simply need to install the dependencies. First dependency will be Express, which will be our server. Next will be Malta. Then we will have NodeMon, which will automatically restart the server for us. Malta will be the library which will upload the images for us on the server. Next will be, we will be using a special library which is image size in order to get the dimensions of the image. So if you search on npm.js image size, you will see this library. It will get the dimensions of any image file that you provide here. It has got almost 3 million weekly downloads, so it's a very popular library, image size. So these are the libraries that we are using. So install this. So this will take some time depending upon your internet connection, so I will not pause the video. You need to watch the entire video. So at last we will deploy this application live on the internet so that you can check also. So just wait, it is installing it. So in the meantime, what we can do is that I can, so it is installing here, so just wait. So just wait, it is installing here. So now I think it has successfully installed these 10 packages. So now we can open this inside our Visual Studio Code text editor. So this is a great editor for software development. I will highly recommend this editor. You install this, and if you find this package.json file, it will contain the default information about your project, such as name, version, description. And here you need to make two changes. First, you need to make a start script so that we can use the script inside Heroku. So here we will simply say node index.js, and then we will have our dev start script, which we will use inside the development process. We will use here nodemon index.js. So now we need to simply make this index.js file. This will be a starting point of the application. So here we will make a simple express server. So we will import express library. So we will require this library express. Then we will make this simple express app. We will start the server on a specific port number that we will pass, and then the second argument is the callback function. And here we will write here app is listening on this port number. We will pass it dynamically like this. So now we need to provide this port number. So port will be equal to either process.env.port if you are running for production. If you are running on local environment, then run this on 3000. So if I run this command npm run dev start, you will see it will run my server on the port 3000. It will tell me, you can see app is listening on port 3000. Now we first of all need to load a simple index.html file when we open the home route. So app.get slash, the second argument has request response. This is an arrow function, and then we will use send file function, and here we will provide the absolute path dir name, and then we will concatenate our address, which we will make this inside the home directory index.html. So we will make this file index.html. So for the HTML code, you can refer to my blog. I will not write this because this will unnecessarily make this video long. So this is HTML code here. Simply I will copy this. So go to the blog and copy this, and you will see this contains a simple heading, which will be, let me just change the heading to image resizer and converter, and let me also change the title to image resizer and converter. So inside in this form we are submitting to, you will see a form here which we are making a post request, and we are submitting to slash process image, and we does need to provide this additional attribute encoding type multipart slash form data, since we are uploading files here. So first input, we have this input type file where we will upload this files here. So let me just remove this multiple attribute, since we are only be processing one image file per line. So next we have the format. You can either select PNG, JPG or WebP. So basically this is simple radio button, which is we are using some bootstrap. Next we have two input fields for the custom width and height of the image, and then we have a simple button to download the image. Now if I refresh the application, it will refresh it automatically for me. If I visit localhost 3000, you will see this is a template which is pretty much ready. Now if I select choose file button, it will prompt me with this dialog where we can select images. Now we simply need to upload images first of all before making this post request. So let me just write this app.post. So we are making a post request to slash process image, and the next argument is request response. This is again arrow function. Now first of all we need to import this Malter library, and we need to require Malter in order to upload images, and we will also require these built-in dependencies. First is the file system and second is the path, so also require these dependencies. And now we need to first of all programmatically create two directories where we will be uploading image files. First is the public, and inside this we will have a subdirectory called as uploads. So for creating these directories programmatically using a file system module, you will refer to my blog here. You will see this is a section creating uploads folder dynamically. You will require this code here. So simply you need to copy this code. So you need to simply paste this code here, and now it will check. You will see it will create this public uploads folder automatically. You will see it will check this if condition. So if the application runs for the very first time, it will check this if condition. If the directory doesn't exist, then it will make this directory using this make directory sync function, passing the address which is public and public slash uploads. Now after making these directories, we need to initialize our Malter library. So after this, you will first of all need to set this folder as static, which is a public folder. So after this app line, paste this line app.use. This is kind of a middleware which we are just telling Express that make this public folder as static, because we will be uploading images in this folder. And now we simply need to also load this body parser middleware, which is a built-in function in Node library. You did not have to install it. So body parser, we need to require this from body-parser. So simply we are getting form values. So for this we will require this body parser middleware. So we just write these lines body parser dot URL encoded, and here we will need to pass the extended option to false, and then app.use body parser dot JSON. These two lines we need to write. Either you can write this or copy paste it from my blog. I just remember these lines. And then we will upload image files to server using Malter. So here this is a configuration code of Malter. Every time you upload a file, this code will remain constant. So I have just written this inside my blog. So simply you can paste just all this code. Let me copy, and simply I can after this you can just paste it. So simply what we are doing is that we are making first of all a storage variable, and then we are using the dist storage method of Malter library. We are telling Malter the destination where we will be uploading files. We will be uploading files inside this address public slash uploads folder, and then we will give this dynamic file name to every file which will be uploaded. We will use the date.now function, and we will concatenate the extension of the image by using this function path.extension name. So that's it. After this, guys, we will make a image filter where we will tell explicitly to Malter that which files to accept. We will only accept the image files. If the user provides video files, then this error message will come that only .png, .jpg and .jpeg file format allowed. So then we will simply pass these options to storage and file filter. And now we can simply use this middleware. When we make this post request, in between this we can write here upload dot single in order to upload a single file, and here we need to pass the name attribute. So whatever name attribute that you have given inside your index.html file. So if you check here your form, you will check this is the name attribute that I have given here. You need to pass this name attribute exactly. That's it. Now to check if the image file is successfully uploaded, we can write this if condition if request.file. Then in that case we can just console log the path which is located inside request.file.path. That's it. Now if I reload it, if I go to this address, you will see if I choose any sort of file, image file, and if I choose the format PNG or JPG. So if I just click the download image option, you will see in the console it will print out the path of the image. So here we have successfully uploaded this image. If I open this image, you will see this is the image which is uploaded right on our Node.js or Express server. So now we have successfully uploaded the image. Now we simply need to use the Sharp library. So we will import two packages which we have imported, which is first is image size. We need to require this image dash size, and then we will import the Sharp module. We need to require this Sharp module. So after uploading this image file, we need to get the dimensions of the image. So we can declare two variables here, right here. First is the width for holding the width, and second will be the height. So after declaring these variables, guys, what we can do is that inside this we can use our a simple if condition. So we also need to declare a variable for the format, which format the user has selected for conversion process. So declare this format variable also. So we can get this value like this, format dot, just outside this if condition we can get request dot body dot format. So request dot body dot whichever name that you have given inside your radio box. So we have given, you can see each radio box we have given this common name format. So whichever name is selected inside radio button, it will be fetched. So after getting the format, we will also get the width and the height. So request dot body dot width and height again will be request dot body dot height. And then guys, we will inside this we will have a simple if condition. We will check that if the user hasn't provided the custom width and the height, which we can check using a simple function which is called as is not a number. So basically it will check that, it will return a boolean value which will indicate that if the value is a number or not. So here we will provide width, and we will make a or condition here. If any of these two conditions exist, in that case we need to, sorry, this is a function, we will pass the height. So first of all we need to convert this into a number, because this will be having this string format. In order to convert to a number, we will use parsed int. So wrap this inside, parse it, it will convert a string to an integer. So since width and height are integers, not strings, so we need to parse it as integers. So we will make use of this built-in method in Node.js or JavaScript. So after is in this if condition, we will have an else block also. If the user hasn't provided the custom width and height, then we will get uh, the dimensions. Just declare this variable dimensions here. So this will be equal to the image size module that we have imported here. You can see image size, and here we will provide our path of the image, which is located inside request.file.path. So now we can console log the dimensions of the image which the user has selected, and then we can initialize the width to dimensions dot width, and the height to dimensions dot height. In the else block, what we can do is that we can again initialize the width, or we can simply call a simple function process image. Since we have here just initialize this width and height, we need not have to initialize once again. So again we need to parse as integers, because this is the integer here, like this. So parse this, parse int, and now we will make a separate function process image. Here we will provide the width and the height, and also request response variables. So we will call this function in this if and the else condition. So since width and height are different for these conditions, so that is why we are making a common function, so that we can call this function in these blocks, width, height, request, response. So now we simply need to make this function process image width, height, request, response. So right here guys, let me just see if it is working or not. First of all, so it is saying to us that cannot find the module sharp. I think we haven't installed this. So you can see we haven't installed this module, so that is why npm i sharp. So we haven't installed it, so simply write this command npm i sharp to install this module. So this will hardly take 5 seconds to complete. So just wait. And now it has successfully installed it. Now we can simply run our application npm run dev start. So no error is there. If I reload the application, hopefully this will print out the dimensions of the image. If I choose a file and if I don't provide the width and the height, it will print out the real dimensions of the image. If I click download image in the console, you will see it will print out the path of the image, and then it will print out the real dimensions of the image, which is height and the width. And it will also tell me the type of the image, which is a PNG file. So now what we want is that we need to call this sharp library, and we need to convert to the format which the user has selected. So what we can do is that if you go to my blog here, you will find this code. So here, so we have declared this format variable inside this. So we have requested this format here. So now we simply need to, inside this process image, we need to give an output file path. So this is a output file path. We also need to create this variable right here at the top. Output file path. So basically this will be every time dynamic, because we are using this date.now function, and then we are concatenating output dot whichever format the user has selected. It can be either PNG, JPG or WebP. After having this output file path, we can inside this request.file, we can paste this code here. Paste it code. You can see we are just telling inside this if condition, if the file exists, then we will use this sharp library, and then we will pass the path of the file, request.file.path, and there is a resize function inside this. We will pass the width and the height to resize the image, and for converting this image to this format, we will use this toFile method inside the sharp library. This returns a callback function having error and info. We will check if the error take place, throw that error. If the error doesn't exist, then simply download the image using express using response.download, and here we will provide the output file path. After the image is successfully downloaded, we also need to delete the images which we have uploaded, and also this output image. So for this we are using this file system built-in method, which is unlink sync. And now if I delete all the files here which are stored inside this folder, let me just, my directory is image project. Let me go to this, and inside this public uploads folder, let me delete all the images and start from scratch. You will see if I choose a PNG file, and if I don't provide a width and height, instead I need to simply convert to a JPG format. If I click download image, you will see it will convert to the JPG format. If I open this, so it hasn't resized the image, simply it has converted this to a different format. And now if I check the directory structure, you will see no files will be present inside the server, because after the download is finished, we have successfully deleted the files, because we need not have to store files on our server for no reason. And now if I provide, let's suppose again a PNG file, and I want to convert to WebP format, it will convert to a WebP format. This is a Chrome file. As you know that these files open inside your browser. So you can even provide more image format types. You can you can search on Google and provide more formats. I don't remember much, so that I just put these three formats. You can just play with this library. Sharp library supports many formats, image formats. And let's suppose I provide this image, and in this case I do provide custom dimensions. Let's suppose 200, and the height I will decrease to 12. And you will see if I open this image, The width will become 200 and the height you will see. So it is successfully resized, you can see that. So now the application is complete. Now we simply need to deploy this application to Heroku. For doing that, we need to first of all deploy this code to GitHub. So for GitHub, we need to first of all create git ignore file, and we will ignore the node modules folder. We don't want this node modules folder to be deployed to GitHub. So initialize git init, git add dash, git commit dash m. This will be a first commit. This will commit all the files except our node modules folder. And now we simply need to go to github.com and create a new repository where we will be deploying our code. So repository name I will give as image resizer and converter. Description: this is a simple app for resizing images, resizing and converting images in Node and Express. So after this, click on the create repository button, and then it will give you a unique link. This unique link will be git remote add origin. Simply copy this and go to your directory, paste this link, and then we will push these changes: git push -u origin master. So this will push all the changes to our GitHub. So if I refresh it, my GitHub repository is live here on the internet. You can just go to this GitHub repository. I've given the link inside my blog. Simply click the code option, download it as a zip file. So you will notice the public and uploads folder hasn't been uploaded because it will be created dynamically once you run the application. Now we simply need to go to Heroku to deploy this. So after we deploy this code to GitHub, the deployment process becomes very easy. So you need to be having a valid debit card or credit card for using Heroku. Simply create an account and verify your card, and then you can create apps. Let me give an app name. Let's suppose image resizer converter. This app is available. Create app, and then this step is very much necessary. Go to the settings option, and here you need to add a build pack. So click on this add build pack option, click Node.js since it is a Node.js application, and save changes. And now we need to go to the deploy option and connect your GitHub repository. Select GitHub, and here you need to search for your repository name. Mine is image resizer and converter. Simply copy this and paste it here. Click search. So here you need to connect your repository, and now click on this option, enable automatic deploys. So if you make any sort of changes to your GitHub repository, it will automatically deploy your application to Heroku. And for the very first time, you need to click on this deploy branch button in order to deploy this to Heroku. Now you can see it is installing these dependencies, installing the node modules. It has detected that this is a Node.js app. So it will take some time. After it has successfully deployed it, it will give you a button of open file. So it is launching the application. Just wait. Deployed to your app was successfully deployed. If I click view, you will see it will give me this link, and this is our live application on the internet. I will also give this link inside my blog. So go to the video description and test out this application. If I select a PNG file, want to convert to JPG, click download image, you will see it will convert to JPG. If I want to convert to WebP, it will download it as a WebP file. If I want to provide a custom dimensions, width to 567 or height to 564, if I click download image, you will see it will resize this image to these dimensions. So this was a complete tutorial, guys, on how to make this real-time application image resizer and converter inside Node.js and Express using Sharp library, and we have successfully deployed the application to Heroku. So thanks so much, guys, for watching this video. Please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, comment on this video to show the support, and I will be seeing you next tutorial.